workout. What we're gonna do is we're going to have about 11 exercises that we're gonna do for a minute each. The only equipment you need is something heavy. So it could be a weight, it could be some food storage, a 5-gallon bucket, whatever you want. Just something heavy that you can use for one of the exercises. Everything else is done with your body weight. So let's get warmed up here and then we'll move right into the exercises. Let's start down and warming up the core and back in a basic cat and cow exercise. So we're on all fours here, making sure the shoulders on wrist are in alignment, hips and knees. Draw your belly button in as you inhale, really draw that belly button in, rounding that back. Exhale as we look up and arch that back. Let's do that again. So round as we lift and then arch the other direction. Making sure you're pulling shoulders down away from the ears as we arch that back. We're just warming things up. Nice, slow, controlled movement. Focus on your breathing here. Keep going here and lift. Inhale in, give me a couple more. Really focus on drawing that belly button in. One more time each direction. As we lift. Good. And arch. Wonderful. Let's press it back to our child's pose for a moment. Stretching those glutes slightly. Couple deep breaths here and bring it back to all four. Good job. We're going to take our right hand out and then our left leg out. So opposite hand with opposite leg as we go into a spinal balance. Here I want you to focus on bracing that core tight like somebody's punching you in the belly and making sure that back is nice and flat. So if there was a glass of water on your back right now, it's not going to fall off because your back isn't arched or rounded. Holding it there, relax it, let's switch sides. Now on this side, I want you to focus on making sure those hips stay square and your center of gravity is between both hips and not on just a supportive leg. Holding it there, a couple more deep breaths, and round it down. Let's go ahead and draw that belly button in again into cat and cow, just 2 of these, just to make sure that back is nice and warm. Arch it. Because that was a round and now we're arching. One more time, draw it up. And then our other direction here. Good, we're gonna walk it out to our perfect plank. We're gonna go over that real quick. I'm gonna make sure my shoulders and wrists are in alignment. I'm going to bring my legs back. I'm gonna show what it looks like on the knees and then in full. So on my knees right here, notice how my knees are not under my hips. I have a nice angle going from my hips to my knees. Holding it there on the knee plank or as we lift up into full plank. Just holding it there. Focus on shoulders being pulled away from the ears. Again, if a glass of water was on your back, it's not moving. Let's go ahead and just rock your center of gravity forward. So all the weight is now in that upper body. It's bracing in nice and tight. We're not feeling it in the legs. The legs are supporting, but they're not taking the weight. Hold it there, breathe. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it all the way down and flip to our back. Now we're going to work on just a basic core contraction. So as we're going through everything, and I already mentioned it, if someone were to come and punch you in the belly, what that would really look like. Like in your brain, you're kind of go, okay, I kind of get that, but let's practice it now. So I want you to roll all the way down. Now right now, if you have a space between your lower back and the mat, I call it a little mouse house, we need to get rid of that. We want that back to not be stressed. So how do we do that? We're going to lift our hips, tilt our pelvis all the way down. So now I've gotten rid of my mouse house. Now holding it right there, I'm going to pretend somebody's going to punch me in the belly. My head and shoulders are going to stay down, but I'm going to contract my core nice and tight. So do it with me. Contract like somebody's punching me in the belly. So what happened is that core came out and down towards the pelvis. And go ahead and relax that. Again, go ahead and contract like somebody's punching the belly. Contract. And that lower back should even push even more into the ground because you're contracted. And relax. Now this time I want you to breathe. If you were holding your breath, which you probably were, you can breathe now. So here we go. Contract that core. Contract. Lower back, press down. Hold it there and breathe for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's bring our feet up off the mat. Lower back should be pushed down. Let's try it again now. Contract your core. Contract. Should have been a little bit easier because bringing the legs up helps push that lower back down. Hold it there and breathe. And relax. Very nice and straight in one leg. Draw one knee in. We'll bring it across the body. Feel a nice stretch here for just a moment. Bring it up. Switch legs. Just keeping that back and core warmed up because it's going to be moving a little bit. Bring it all the way up. Round up. I want you to grab underneath your legs. Draw your belly button in. Feeling just a nice rounded stretch here. And stand it up. One more stretch before we get into it. Feet forward. I'm just taking a nice deep breath in. Flat back down all the way down to the knees. And then I want you to round it up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Shoulders down away from the ears. Do that again. Deep breath in. Hands come down to your knees. Flat back. Now round it up one vertebrae at a time. Okay, good job. Good warm up. Let's now get to the exercises. Welcome to the exercise part of the workout. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a minute worth of work with a 10-second break. So let's get right into it. We're going right into a V-sit. So sitting from the side here, I want you to sit nice and tall. Nice flat back, and we're gonna lean back at the hip. So that has engaged the core already. We're gonna bring our hands straight out in front of us and toes to the ceiling. Opposite hand is gonna go after opposite foot. So I'm gonna just turn and touch the toe. Turn and touch the toe. So I call this V-sit toe touch. Now that core is engaged, so I keep leaning back into that V-sit. So go, let's add some speed behind it. Now that you have your core going, you can add a little bit of speed. Now if it starts becoming too easy at a point, grab a little 5-pound weight and do a little 5-pound weight. Always ways to make things a little harder, right? Come on, we have a minute worth, so keep going here. Now again, that core is braced nice and tight. If someone were to come and punch me in the belly, my core's gonna hold nice and tight. A couple more seconds, and relax. Let's go ahead and turn into plank position now. Now you can do this on your knees or in full plank. I'm gonna show you both options, but you gotta choose what's right for you. I'm gonna start on my knees. My knees are back and away from my hips. We're gonna hold that plank, and then we're gonna rock to the side. So I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Turn the other direction. Lift for 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to plank. I'm going to show a full plank. You do what you want. In 3, 2, and turn. Lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to plank. Hold it there. Make sure you're breathing all the way forward. Flip the other direction. And lift your hips up to the ceiling this time. Don't let those hips droop. And take it back to regular plank. Hold it there and flip back. So this is my rocking plank. We're holding it for 5 seconds in each position and then switching it. Hold it there, hold it, and take it down. We're gonna stand it all the way up. Okay, we're gonna go into a squat and a kick. Now the key here is as you lift the leg into the kick, you're pressing forward through that heel. So I'm gonna squat and just really kick with the heel. So I'm driving all the power through my heel and through my core, because my core is helping me kick. And we're getting a little bit of legs in, right? Come on, sink a little deeper and drive. Get a little lean back as you push. Down and push. Brace that core tight through this whole thing. Somebody punch me in the belly. Brace that core. Come on, you can do it. Take it down. Is the weight in the heels? Chest back during that kick. Come on. Woo. Come on, go. Let's add a little speed. Go. How are we feeling? Don't wimp out on those squats. I know this is a core exercise, but it's okay to work those legs a little too. Come on, go. Push. Push. That core's engaged. Don't let it weak out on you. Drive through the heel. Go. Get that leg a little higher. Push. Come on, 2 more. Oh, yeah, why not? Let's take it back down to the ground to that V-sit. Want you to rotate into that V-sit. Fingertips towards you. We're gonna lift and we're gonna draw our knees into our chest. Notice how I have the flat back as I'm pushing in and out. I'm not letting my back round at any point. I'm still breathing. Core still engaged. Leaning back, pull forward. Lean back, pull forward. At no point am I at 90 degrees with my back. Always stand at angles. Come on, hang in there. Keep pushing, keep breathing. You can do it. Push. If your back begins to hurt at any point, take a small break, stretch it, and then get back with us. Come on, you can do this. The burn should start happening really soon. We're on exercise number 4. So that means we're almost halfway there. Come on, push, push. And relax. Okay, we're gonna go back into elbow plank. So flip around. Elbow plank, elbows are now under the shoulders. I'm gonna show you on the knees, holding it here. Hang out here, go here if you get tired. For those that want full plank, still a nice flat back. I'm gonna step off the mat, on the mat, on the mat. So out, out, in. That's gonna make that lower core work because we're working the lower body. It's gonna have to stay stable and strong. Now we're focusing again on someone coming up and punch you in the belly. That core needs to hold nice and tight. It takes it out of the back and it gives you those defined core that you want. Come on, hang in there. Breathe through it. What happens when you get tired? You don't stop. You'll hold your plank. Hold your plank if you get tired. If you're not tired, you keep moving. If you get tired here, you drop your knees. It's okay, but don't give up. Come on, let's go. Timer's almost up. Nice job, small break, press it back. Okay, we're gonna move on to a side plank. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the knees, and then I'm gonna show you in full position. Excuse me, we're going up full. Side plank, lifting those hips up towards the ceiling, shoulders and wrists are in alignment. On the knee, it looks here, okay? Full looks here. If you're on full plank, you're gonna drop this hip to the ground, and then lift to the ground, and lift. So if you had a string connected to your hip, it's relaxing and then pulling. Relax and pull. Pull that hip up as high as you can. We're working the back and we're working the obliques. And pull. How low can you go and how high can you go? Come on, lift. Lift. Almost there. What happens when you get tired? You hang out right here, or you hang out right here, but you don't stop. Come on, keep going, lift. Take it down, and lift. And lift. One more, I know you have one more in here. Perfect, let's switch sides. Rotate to the other side. I'm gonna show you all your options again there. Key, shoulder, wrist into alignment. On the knee, right here. Hips are still lifted as we stay on the knee. Right here is great. Or if you want that full out, lift. Holding there, notice how the hips are up, we're ready to drop. Drop it like it's hot. And lift. So we're using those obliques right here to pull up, down, and pull. There you go. Hang in there, it's just a minute. We said that stoplight's longer than this. Lift. Lift. You notice how one side could be a little stronger than the other? That's okay. No big deal. We all have that. We just really got to focus on that weak side to make it strong. What's your option when you get tired? Holding it here. Holding it here. Either one works, but don't stop. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Hang in there. Hang in there. Drop those hips and pull. Awesome. Let's stand it up. I want you to grab whatever heavy object it is you chose to grab. I have myself a little weight here. I'm going to plant my feet nice and strong, weight in all four corners. Slight bend of the knees, and I'm just going to lean to one side and pull. Lean and pull. Now this is a hinge in my torso. That's the only place moving. It's not my shoulders. Okay? It's a full hinge. We're going to let that weight pull you down, and then you're going to use your core to lift. So down and lift. And lift. Now if you're not feeling anything here, you got to find something heavier. Grab your kid. I don't care if your kid's 16. Just kidding, don't grab your kid if they're 16. If you got a baby, it's perfect for a baby. Hold on to a baby. Hold on to a 5-gallon bucket full of rocks or full of rice. And then if it's full of flour, throw it away because you really don't need it. Okay? So come on, let's keep going. Rock. You should be feeling it. Come on, give me one more. And switch sides. Let's talk about the rest of the body. We talked about the torso rocking. We want to make sure those feet are planted firmly on the ground. We have a slight bend in the knees and those shoulders are pulled away from the ears. Because we don't want to be rocking with the shoulders. We want to be rocking with that torso. Good, keep moving. Lift. And if you're doing this video multiple times, the first time, you're going to have a little lighter weight so you kind of feel the movement. But the more you do it, the heavier weight needs to get. Got it? Okay, come on, let's keep going. We are almost there. We've got 2 more exercises after this, and then we'll cool it down just slightly. And rock. Good job. Hang in there. Are you still using that torso? Has it turned into your shoulders? I hope it's your torso that's working it. Come on, we're using the back too. Just let that weight fall and then use that core to lift. Let it fall and lift. You're doing great. One more, and then we'll take it back down to the mat. All the way back down. Drop that heavy object nicely. And we're going to our back. I want you to lay all the way down and draw your knees into your chest. Now focus, we talked about that mouse house. Make sure your pelvis is tilted and the mouse house is no longer there. We're gonna straighten one leg up to the ceiling and the other one straight out, so we have an L. I want you to lift the head and shoulders, grab below and behind the knee, and then switch. And switch. Now notice where my chin is. Notice how it's not stuck to my chest. If I were to take an orange or a grapefruit, I can stick it underneath my chin. I don't want you to be able to stick a grape underneath your chin. A big piece of fruit underneath your chin, and I'm looking up to the ceiling. I'm using my core to lift me, not my neck. So your neck shouldn't get tired, because you're not lifting with your neck, you're lifting with your core. Come on, push. Come on, you're almost there. Each movement has a breath. It's called a single leg stretch. It's a Pilates move, which is always good, and push. Here's our 10-second break. We're gonna stay right here. Both feet are gonna draw up to the ceiling. Hold it up to the ceiling. When the timer goes off, we're going to take our feet down as far as we can comfortably. Once that lower back comes off the mat, we drop the feet into the chest, and we're gonna lift again. Let's do it. Take it down, into the chest, and lift. Now I want to make sure you're breathing during this, and really focus on that lower back. Pay attention to what your body says it can do. If it says, I can only go here before I have to pull in, that's okay. As you get tired, it may say, I only can go there to pull in. That's okay as well. Listen to your body. We want to protect that lower back, and we want to protect the body from doing something it doesn't want to do. So let's keep going here. Take it down, pull in. Are you almost there? How you feeling? You hanging in there? Good. This is our last exercise, and then we're gonna flip around onto our back. And just do a few things to our back, because we wanna make sure that we've got balanced muscles. Yeah, come on. Lift and pull. Lift and pull. This is it. And relax. Let's flip around onto our belly. Now these are not official ab exercises, but we wanna work that back for just a couple exercises here. Lay on your belly. Hands come all the way out in front of you. Feet are staying firmly planted on the ground. Dig your fingertips in and lift your back. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears and squeeze your tush just slightly. Once you're feeling comfortable with that, I want you to lift one hand up off the ground and then the other. Making sure your feet stay firmly planted on the ground. So we're in a back extension now. We're making that lower back work. We're gonna open up and really lift that chest. And really, really lift. I still have my shoulders down away from my ears, squeezing my shoulder blades together, pushing my pelvis bones and my core into the ground, keeping my feet on the ground. Holy crap, that was a lot of information. You may rewind and listen to it all again, but I think you got it, right? So lift and hold it there. And breathe. I know you're on your belly, so it makes it a little harder to breathe, but make sure you're breathing. Come on, lift and hold. Lift and hold. A little variation is swing the arms back up to the front and then back. Very nice. Let's stretch it back. Give that back a little bit of rest. And we're gonna do it one more time. One more time. Bring it down. Palms on the ground. Fingertips on the ground. Now lift. Holding it there. Pulling shoulders down away from the ears. Lift one hand and then the other. Pull the hands back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift. Hold it there. Or that variation I just kind of showed you. Where the hands come forward and then pull back. And forward and pull back. Keep it going. Really make sure that lower back is working. I know it's gonna get tired and that's okay. Take a break if you need it, but hop back in. Where's your feet? Are they off the mat? If they are, put them back down. Lift. Bring it forward and lift. Come on. Our minute is almost up. And push. Lift. Really squeeze those shoulder blades as you lift. Lift. Back down. And lift. Hold it out here. Relax it down. Hands under the shoulders. Press it back to child's pose. Let's go ahead and stretch it out now. Let's pull it out of that child's pose and back onto all fours. Let's go back into that cat and cow again. So draw your belly button into your chest as you round and really feel a nice stretch. We're just gonna hold it here for a little bit longer. At the beginning, we did a little bit of dynamic stretching, which means we did a little bit more movement while stretching. At the end of a workout, you want to do static stretching, which means you hold it for a little bit longer, ideally 30 seconds. Draw that belly button. Now let's go ahead and arch the back and really lift. Good, holding it there. Really sticking that tush up, really arching or sinking the back down. Looking up, opening up the neck. One more time, draw that belly button in, holding it there. And bring it the other direction. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Open up that neck. Good, good. Relax down, press it back to child's pose, and really kind of sink into it. Bring those hands out as far as they can. Open up the fingers so they're nice and stretched. Holding it there and breathing. Couple more deep breaths here. Walk your hands to your knees. Let's flip around onto our tush. Flip around. Roll all the way back down to the ground. Draw one knee into your chest. We did this at the beginning too. Bring it across the body. Opposite hand comes out and look away from that knee. Now we're gonna hold this one a little bit longer. Again, we did do this in the beginning, but it was more of a dynamic where we were still moving. We didn't hold it statically for very long. So keep holding it here. Try to really sink into it, getting your shoulders on the ground, using that opposite hand to push that knee down so that back can really stretch. Good, bring that knee up, straighten the leg. Other knee comes up, draw it across the body, looking away from that knee, and enjoy that stretch. Now for time purposes, we're not gonna hold these stretches for 30 seconds, but ideally, again, hold them as long as you can. 30 seconds is really what you wanna do. So these are great to do while you're watching TV or just hanging out. Flexibility is one of those things that if we don't use it, we lose it. So make sure you're using it. Good. Couple more deep breaths here. Draw that knee up. Draw both knees into your chest. I want you to tuck your chin into your chest and lift. Make yourself a little ball. Drawing that core in, pushing the lower back down, becoming a little ball. Good. Let's round it all the way out. We're gonna sit up nice and tall as if you were sitting up against a wall. One knee comes up and crosses the leg. We're gonna bring the opposite arm up and bring it across the body as it hooks to the outside of that bent knee. Other hand comes back as you're looking behind you. This is another great spinal twist. Warming up the back, stretching the back. People who tend to have a lot of back pain don't have a strong enough core nor back. That's why we did both. And stretching like this is so incredibly good for you. If You can do it every day. I would strongly, strongly suggest it. Your body will be very happy with you. Bring that hand up, let's switch sides. Other one, sit up nice and tall, like you're sitting up against a wall. Bring one knee up, across the body, opposite arm comes up and rotate and turns. Holding it there. Now you do want to look towards the direction you're turning. I'm not doing that so I can look at you and talk to you. So this is a bad example, right? But still, sitting up nice and tall, pulling your shoulders down away from the ears, feeling that wonderful spinal twist. It's kind of wonderful, isn't it? It is good. Hanging out here for a couple more deep breaths. Are you breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come down, feet flat on the ground, grabbing under the legs, drawing the belly button in. Oh, this one feels good. I feel this one in my upper back and in my shoulders. But that's where I'm super duper tight a lot, hold a lot of stress and tension there. A lot of people do. But I'm still keeping my shoulders pulled down away from my ears. I might be drawing that belly button in and stretching that back, but I'm still keeping those shoulders down away from the ears. Good. Let's go and straighten our legs, roll all the way down to the ground. Arms come up over the head. So when we're taking your arms and pulling you one direction and grabbing your legs and pulling you the other, that's what I want you to focus on and pretend is happening. Really get that core to stretch. Can you get your shoulders all the way onto the mat? I can't. Again, super tight in my pecs, but there's a lot of you that can, which is fantastic considering we spent most of our lives hunched over. So really push those shoulders onto the ground, arms straight up as they pull, feet straight out as they pull. Keep breathing, pull. Lower back is up off the ground, really arching the back. I have a giant mouse hotel, I guess under there. It's no longer a mouse house, it's now a hotel. Hang out for 3, 2, 1, round it all the way up. Fantastic job, everyone. I'm proud of you. You can do this every day. You can switch it around, do some exercises in different order, all that fun stuff. I'm proud of you. Stretch more if you can, and have a great day.